In a world where royal moments are carefully planned and meticulously staged, sometimes the most magical memories happen when the cameras aren't supposed to be rolling. What started as a quiet family morning in the countryside would soon become one of the most beloved royal photo releases in recent history. Behind the perfectly imperfect smiles and candid laughter lay a story of genuine family love, careful planning, and a desire to share something truly authentic with the world. The photos that would soon melt hearts across the globe weren't taken by the usual royal photographers in grand palace halls. Instead, they captured something far more precious: real moments of joy, spontaneous embraces, and the kind of natural family dynamics that remind us that even royalty treasures the simple pleasure of being together. This is the story of how those extraordinary ordinary moments came to be, and why they touched millions of people in ways no formal portrait ever could. The morning light filtered through the tall windows of Adelaide Cottage, casting a warm glow across the kitchen where Catherine stood preparing breakfast. Outside, frost covered the grounds of Windsor Great Park, creating a winter wonderland that sparkled like diamonds in the early sunlight. The house was unusually quiet, with William having taken the children for an early walk through the estate grounds while Catherine enjoyed a rare moment of solitude with her morning tea. The decision to spend New Year's at their Windsor home rather than joining the traditional royal gatherings had been made weeks earlier. Both William and Catherine felt drawn to the idea of a quiet, intimate celebration with just their immediate family. The pressures of royal duties throughout the previous year had been particularly intense, with numerous overseas tours, state visits, and public engagements that had kept them constantly in the public eye. They craved simplicity and authenticity, something that seemed increasingly precious in their carefully orchestrated public lives. Catherine had been experimenting with photography more seriously over the past few months, inspired partly by her children's natural curiosity about capturing moments and partly by her own desire to document their family life in a more personal way. Her camera, a gift from William on their wedding anniversary, had become a constant companion during family outings and quiet moments at home. She found herself drawn to candid shots rather than posed portraits, preferring to capture the spontaneous laughter of her children or William's unguarded expressions when he thought no one was watching. The idea for the New Year photos had emerged organically during Christmas week. Louis had been playing with Catherine's camera, accidentally taking a series of blurry but charming shots of the family decorating their tree. When Catherine reviewed the images later, she was struck by how much personality and genuine joy they contained, despite their technical imperfections. Charlotte had commented that they looked more real than the formal photos they usually took for official purposes, and her innocent observation had planted a seed in Catherine's mind. William returned from the walk with rosy-cheeked children who burst through the door with stories of their adventures. George had spotted a red deer in the distance, Charlotte had collected interesting frost patterns on leaves, and Louis had insisted on building a miniature snowman from the small patches of snow they found in shaded areas. Their enthusiasm was infectious, filling the kitchen with animated chatter and laughter as they shed their winter coats and gathered around the breakfast table. The conversation naturally turned to their plans for the day. New Year's Day had always been a family tradition focused on reflection and looking forward to the year ahead. Catherine suggested they spend some time together in the gardens, perhaps taking a few family photos to commemorate the beginning of another year. The children immediately embraced the idea, with Charlotte volunteering to help with the camera settings and George asking if they could include their beloved spaniel in some of the shots. William noticed the thoughtful expression on Catherine's face as she watched their children's excitement. He had learned to recognize that particular look over their years together. It usually preceded some of her most creative and meaningful ideas. When she quietly mentioned her thoughts about capturing something more natural and spontaneous than their usual formal portraits, he understood immediately. They had both grown weary of the stiff, posed photographs that dominated their official releases, preferring the warmth and authenticity of the candid family moments they treasured privately. The morning progressed with an easy rhythm that felt like a luxury after months of scheduled appointments and public appearances. Catherine prepared a hearty breakfast while William helped the children choose their outfits for the day. Rather than coordinating formal attire, they decided to dress comfortably in their favorite casual clothes, soft sweaters, comfortable jeans, and warm boots suitable for walking through the winter gardens. Louis insisted on wearing his favorite dinosaur sweater, a choice that made Charlotte giggle and prompted George to select his own quirky shirt featuring a vintage car design. William opted for a well-worn navy sweater that Catherine had always loved on him, while Catherine chose a cream-colored cardigan that complemented her natural coloring and felt cozy for spending time outdoors. The resulting combination looked effortlessly coordinated without appearing overly planned, exactly the aesthetic they hoped to achieve. As they finished breakfast, Catherine began gathering her camera equipment with the children's eager assistance. She had learned that involving them in the technical aspects of photography not only kept them engaged but also resulted in more natural expressions when the actual picture-taking began. Charlotte proved particularly adept at holding reflectors and suggesting angles, while George enjoyed adjusting tripod heights and Louis delighted in pressing the shutter button under careful supervision. The family made their way outside into the crisp winter air, their breath visible in small puffs as they explored potential locations for their photo session. The gardens at Adelaide Cottage offered numerous picturesque settings, from the formal parterre near the house to the more natural woodland areas that bordered the estate. Catherine found herself drawn to a particular spot near an old oak tree where the morning light filtered through the bare branches, creating interesting patterns of light and shadow on the ground below. William suggested they begin with some group shots near the tree, allowing the children to arrange themselves naturally rather than following traditional posing conventions. The results were immediately promising: genuine smiles, spontaneous interactions between siblings, and a relaxed atmosphere that translated beautifully into the photographs. Catherine alternated between directing the session and participating in it, setting the camera on its tripod with a timer function to capture images that included her as well. The children quickly forgot about the camera as they became absorbed in their natural play and conversation. Louis climbed onto William's shoulders for a better view of a bird's nest in the tree above, while Charlotte and George engaged in an animated discussion about their resolutions for the new year. Catherine captured these unguarded moments between the more deliberate group shots, building a collection of images that told the story of their family's genuine dynamics and affection. As the session continued, William noticed how relaxed and happy Catherine appeared behind the camera. Her artistic eye and natural understanding of light and composition were evident in every shot she took, but, more importantly, her joy in capturing their family's authentic moments shone through in her approach. She moved gracefully between different positions, sometimes lying on the ground to get the perfect angle of the children playing, other times climbing onto garden furniture to achieve an elevated perspective that included the beautiful landscape surrounding them. The morning light gradually shifted as they worked, creating new opportunities and challenges for the photography. Catherine adapted her approach accordingly, moving the family to different locations around the gardens to take advantage of the changing conditions. Near the cottage's entrance, climbing roses created an elegant natural frame, while the frost-covered lawn provided a sparkling backdrop that seemed almost magical in the photographs. George and Charlotte began suggesting their own creative ideas for shots, demonstrating an inherited appreciation for visual storytelling that delighted both parents. Their suggestions ranged from action shots of them running through the gardens to quiet, intimate moments of the family gathered closely together. Louis contributed his own brand of spontaneous energy, occasionally photobombing serious shots with silly faces or unexpected hugs that resulted in some of the most charming images of the entire session. The session took on a life of its own as the family became completely absorbed in the creative process and their enjoyment of each other's company. What had begun as a simple plan to take a few New Year photos evolved into an extensive documentation of their family life, capturing not just their appearances but their personalities, relationships, and the unique atmosphere of their quiet celebration together. By late morning, the photo session had transformed into something neither William nor Catherine had anticipated. What began as a plan for a few family portraits had evolved into an immersive creative experience that captured the essence of their family life with remarkable authenticity. Catherine found herself completely absorbed in the process, her photographer's instincts guiding her to capture moments that revealed the genuine personalities and relationships within their family. The children had long since forgotten about posing for the camera, instead becoming natural subjects as they played and interacted throughout the gardens. Catherine seized every opportunity to document these unscripted moments, from Louis's determined expression as he tried to catch falling leaves to Charlotte's gentle guidance of her youngest brother as they explored together. Her camera captured the subtle glances between William and herself, the protective way he positioned himself near the children during more adventurous moments, and the quiet pride in his expression as he watched his family together. William had always admired Catherine's artistic sensibilities, but watching her work with such passion and skill reminded him of the talented woman he had fallen in love with years ago. Her approach to photography reflected her personality perfectly: patient, observant, and deeply caring about capturing the truth of each moment rather than simply creating a beautiful image. She moved with grace and purpose, anticipating the children's movements and positioning herself to capture fleeting expressions that told complete stories in single frames. The technical aspects of the photography session revealed Catherine's growing expertise with her equipment. She adjusted settings intuitively, adapting to changing light conditions and different shooting scenarios with the confidence of someone who had invested significant time in learning her craft. When the bright winter sun created challenging shadows, she repositioned the family or adjusted her angle to work with the natural light rather than fighting against it. Her understanding of composition created images that felt both intimate and visually striking. Charlotte proved to be an enthusiastic assistant, eagerly learning about camera functions and offering creative suggestions that surprised both parents with their sophistication. Her natural eye for interesting angles and her ability to notice small details that might make compelling photographs suggested an inherited artistic talent that Catherine was delighted to nurture. Together, they experimented with different perspectives, sometimes photographing from ground level to capture the children's view of their world or climbing onto garden benches to achieve elevated shots that included more of the beautiful estate landscape. George approached the photography session with characteristic thoughtfulness, asking detailed questions about how the camera worked and why certain shots were more successful than others. His analytical mind appreciated the technical challenges of photography, and he quickly grasped concepts like depth of field and exposure that Catherine explained during brief teaching moments throughout the morning. His suggestions often focused on storytelling elements, proposing shots that would show their activities or capture specific emotions he thought were important to remember. Lewis brought his own unique contribution to the session through his uninhibited joy and natural charisma. His spontaneous reactions and infectious laughter created some of the most emotionally resonant images of the entire collection. Catherine learned to keep her camera ready when Lewis was involved, knowing that his unpredictable energy often resulted in the most charming and memorable shots. His ability to make everyone around him smile created a warm atmosphere that permeated every photograph. As the session progressed, William found himself increasingly involved not just as a subject but as a creative collaborator. His suggestions for locations around the estate drew on his intimate knowledge of the grounds and his understanding of what settings would be most meaningful for their family. He pointed out favorite spots where they often played together, quiet corners where they had shared important conversations, and scenic areas that held special significance in their daily lives together. The outdoor winter setting provided a perfect backdrop for the intimate family portraits Catherine envisioned. The bare trees created elegant natural frames, while the frost-covered grass added sparkle and texture that enhanced the visual appeal of each image. The soft winter light was particularly flattering, eliminating harsh shadows and creating a gentle, romantic atmosphere that complemented the tender family moments they were capturing. Catherine's approach to directing the session was subtle and encouraging rather than rigid or demanding. She allowed natural interactions to unfold while gently guiding the family toward positions and activities that would create interesting compositions. Her ability to keep everyone relaxed and engaged resulted in expressions that were genuine and unforced, capturing the true essence of each family member's personality and their relationships with one another. The variety of images they created throughout the morning was remarkable, ranging from large group shots that showed the entire family together to intimate close-ups that captured individual personalities and emotions. Catherine alternated between wide landscape shots that included the beautiful estate setting and tighter portraits that focused on facial expressions and family dynamics. Her instinct for capturing both the big picture and the meaningful details created a comprehensive visual story of their New Year celebration. Technology played an important supporting role in the session's success, with Catherine's high-quality camera equipment allowing her to capture sharp, professional-looking images under various lighting conditions. Her investment in learning to use the equipment properly paid dividends as she confidently adjusted settings throughout the morning, ensuring that technical limitations never prevented her from capturing the moments she envisioned. The children's fascination with the camera's functions added an educational element to the experience that enriched the entire process. The emotional resonance of the photographs became evident even during the shooting process, as family members reacted with delight when they glimpsed particularly successful shots on the camera's display screen. Their genuine responses to seeing themselves captured in natural, loving interactions confirmed that Catherine was succeeding in her goal of creating images that truly reflected their family's authentic relationships and shared joy. Midday approached as the photo session reached its natural conclusion, with everyone feeling energized and satisfied by the creative collaboration they had shared. The combination of beautiful winter weather, perfect natural lighting, and the family's relaxed, playful mood had created ideal conditions for the memorable photography session Catherine had hoped to achieve. The extensive collection of images they had captured promised to provide wonderful memories of their intimate New Year's celebration for years to come. The children's enthusiasm for the photography process had exceeded both parents' expectations, suggesting that future family photo sessions might become a cherished tradition rather than a special occasion activity. Their natural comfort in front of Catherine's camera and their creative contributions to the process indicated that they had inherited their mother's artistic sensibilities and their father's appreciation for meaningful documentation of important family moments. As they prepared to head back inside for lunch, Catherine reviewed some of the morning's shots on her camera's display screen, already recognizing that they had created something special together. The images captured not just their physical appearances but the intangible qualities that made their family unique: their humor, their affection for one another, their shared values, and the genuine happiness they found in each other's company during quiet moments away from public responsibilities. The afternoon hours passed quietly as Catherine retreated to her private study to review and edit the morning's photographs. The room, bathed in soft natural light from large windows overlooking the estate gardens, had become her creative sanctuary where she could work undisturbed on her photography projects. Her computer screen displayed dozens of beautiful images from their morning session, each one telling a piece of their family's story with remarkable clarity and emotional depth. The editing process revealed just how successful their spontaneous photo session had been. Image after image showed genuine moments of family connection: William's protective arm around Charlotte as she pointed out something in the distance, George's concentrated expression as he examined frost patterns on leaves, Louis's delighted laughter as he chased after their dog through the garden paths. Catherine found herself moved by the authentic emotions captured in each frame, recognizing that they had created something truly special together. William joined her in the study after settling the children with afternoon activities, curious to see the results of their morning's work. His reaction upon viewing the photographs was immediate and profound. He could hardly believe that these natural, intimate family portraits were of them. The images showed a side of their family life that felt completely genuine yet beautifully artistic, capturing moments he remembered from the morning while also revealing nuances he had not noticed at the time. The technical quality of the photographs impressed both of them, with Catherine's growing skill as a photographer evident in every well-composed, properly exposed image. The natural lighting had been captured perfectly, creating soft, flattering illumination that enhanced rather than overshadowed the emotional content of each shot. Her instinct for timing had resulted in expressions and gestures that felt completely authentic while also being visually compelling. As they reviewed the collection together, William and Catherine began discussing which images might be suitable for sharing publicly. The royal family had a long tradition of releasing informal family photographs during holiday periods, providing the public with glimpses into their private lives while maintaining appropriate boundaries. However, these particular images felt different, more personal and revealing than anything they had shared before, yet also more meaningful and representative of their true family dynamics. Catherine had initially envisioned the photo session as purely personal documentation, intended only for their private family album and, perhaps, gifts to close family members. However, the exceptional quality and emotional resonance of the images made them both consider whether sharing selected photographs might offer the public something genuinely valuable, an authentic glimpse of royal family life that went beyond formal protocols and staged appearances. The decision to share the photographs publicly required careful consideration of multiple factors. Royal communications protocols typically involved extensive consultation with palace staff, security reviews, and strategic planning around timing and presentation. However, the informal, personal nature of these images suggested a different approach might be appropriate, one that emphasized authenticity and spontaneity over formal announcement procedures. William had always believed that the royal family's relationship with the public was strengthened by moments of genuine connection and shared humanity. These photographs captured exactly those qualities, showing their family experiencing the same simple joys that families everywhere cherish during holiday celebrations. The images told a universal story of love, togetherness, and the precious moments that make family life meaningful, regardless of titles or public responsibilities. Catherine's artistic vision for the photographs aligned perfectly with their desire to share something authentic with the public. The images avoided the formal, distant quality of traditional royal portraits while maintaining appropriate dignity and privacy boundaries. They revealed personality and emotion without being overly intimate, offering viewers a sense of connection with the family while respecting the children's privacy and the family's personal space. The children's natural comfort and joy in the photographs made them particularly compelling for public sharing. Rather than appearing stiff or overwhelmed by royal expectations, George, Charlotte, and Louis looked exactly like the happy, normal children they were, engaged in activities and expressions that children everywhere would recognize and relate to. Their genuine personalities shone through in ways that formal portraits rarely achieved. The timing of a potential release also seemed perfect, with New Year representing a natural moment for sharing family reflections and looking forward to the year ahead. The public traditionally appreciated receiving glimpses of royal family celebrations during holiday periods, and these images would fulfill that expectation while offering something more meaningful and personal than typical official releases. Catherine spent considerable time selecting which images might be appropriate for public sharing, choosing photographs that captured their family's happiness and connection while maintaining suitable privacy boundaries. She focused on shots that told positive stories about family values, outdoor activities, and the simple pleasures of spending time together, avoiding any images that might feel too private or reveal too much about their personal dynamics. The editing process for the selected public images required a delicate balance between enhancing their visual appeal and maintaining their natural, unposed quality. Catherine's post-processing work was subtle and restrained, improving technical aspects like exposure and color balance while preserving the authentic atmosphere that made the photographs special. Her goal was to present the images at their best quality without losing the spontaneous, genuine feeling that defined their appeal. William's support for sharing the photographs reflected his understanding of how powerful authentic moments could be in connecting the royal family with the public. He recognized that these images offered something that formal portraits and staged appearances could never provide, a genuine glimpse of their family's love and happiness that would resonate with people on a deeply personal level. The potential impact of sharing such personal, authentic images was significant to consider. Royal family photographs were always scrutinized intensely, analyzed for hidden meanings, fashion choices, family dynamics, and countless other details. However, the natural, unguarded quality of these particular images might actually protect them from overanalysis by presenting emotions and relationships that were clearly genuine and positive. The technical aspects of releasing the photographs also required careful planning. Catherine wanted to ensure that her artistic vision was preserved in the final presentation, with proper color reproduction and image quality that would honor the care she had taken in creating and editing the photographs. The format and platform for release would significantly impact how the images were received and interpreted by the public. As evening approached, William and Catherine reached their decision to share selected images from their morning photo session. The photographs represented everything they hoped to communicate about their family life: love, joy, authenticity, and the precious value of time spent together. They felt confident that sharing these genuine moments would create positive connections with the public while honoring their commitment to meaningful, honest communication about their family's experiences. The evening of New Year's Day brought an unusual sense of anticipation to Adelaide Cottage as William and Catherine finalized preparations for releasing their family photographs to the public. The decision to share these intimate moments represented a departure from traditional royal communication protocols, emphasizing personal authenticity over formal presentation in a way that felt both revolutionary and entirely natural for their family's approach to public engagement. Catherine spent the final hours before release making subtle adjustments to the selected images, ensuring that each photograph met her artistic standards while preserving the spontaneous, genuine quality that made them special. Her attention to detail was meticulous yet respectful of the natural moments they had captured, with editing choices that enhanced rather than altered the authentic emotions and interactions visible in each frame. The technical quality of the final images reflected her growing expertise as a photographer while maintaining the intimate, personal feeling that distinguished them from typical royal portraits. The logistics of releasing the photographs required coordination between their private office and various media platforms, though they had chosen to streamline the process significantly compared to traditional royal announcements. Rather than elaborate press releases or extensive media briefings, they planned a simple, direct approach that would let the images speak for themselves. This decision reflected their confidence in the photograph's ability to communicate their intended message without requiring extensive explanation or context. William reviewed the final selection one more time, struck again by how completely these images captured their family's genuine character and relationships. Each photograph told a story that went beyond surface appearances to reveal the deep affection and natural joy that defined their family life. The children's personality shone through clearly: George's thoughtful nature, Charlotte's confident spirit, and Louis's infectious enthusiasm, while the parents' love for their children and each other was evident in every interaction captured by Catherine's camera. The chosen images created a cohesive narrative about family values and the importance of cherishing simple moments together. From wide shots that showed the family exploring their beautiful estate grounds to intimate close-ups that captured individual expressions and emotions, the collection offered viewers multiple ways to connect with and understand their family's dynamics. The winter setting added seasonal appropriateness while providing a timeless quality that would make the photographs meaningful long after their initial release. Technical considerations for the release included ensuring optimal image quality across various digital platforms and print publications that would feature the photographs. Catherine had prepared multiple versions of each image, formatted appropriately for different media requirements while maintaining consistent color reproduction and visual impact. Her professional approach to these technical details reflected her commitment to presenting her artistic work at the highest possible standard. The planned timing for the release was carefully chosen to maximize positive impact while respecting the holiday period when many people would be spending time with their own families. New Year's evening offered a natural moment for sharing family celebrations, when public attention might be particularly receptive to authentic, positive content about family life and looking forward to the year ahead. The messaging strategy for the release emphasized simplicity and authenticity, with minimal accompanying text that would allow the photographs to convey their own stories without extensive interpretation or explanation. The family's intention was to share genuine moments of happiness and connection, offering the public a glimpse of their authentic family experiences during a special holiday celebration. This approach trusted viewers to appreciate the images for their intrinsic emotional value rather than requiring elaborate context or analysis. Social media platforms had become increasingly important for royal communications, offering direct connection with global audiences without traditional media intermediaries. The family's verified accounts would feature the photographs prominently, with carefully chosen captions that provided basic context while preserving the image's natural storytelling power. The immediate, personal nature of social media seemed particularly appropriate for sharing such intimate family moments. The children had been informed about the plan to share selected photographs publicly, with age-appropriate explanations about why their parents felt these particular images would be meaningful for people around the world to see. Their enthusiastic approval reflected their understanding of their family's role in connecting with the public, while their natural comfort with Catherine's photography suggested they felt no anxiety about sharing these genuine moments of their family life. Security and privacy considerations had been thoroughly reviewed, with the selected images containing no sensitive information about their residence, daily routines, or security arrangements. The focus on emotional content rather than environmental details helped ensure that sharing the photographs would not compromise their family's safety or privacy while still providing meaningful glimpses into their personal lives. The international media landscape was prepared to receive and feature the photographs extensively, with royal correspondents and photography experts already anticipating that authentic, high-quality family images would generate significant positive coverage. The timing during a traditionally slow news period meant that the photographs would likely receive substantial attention and analysis across multiple platforms and markets. Catherine felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness as the release time approached, recognizing that sharing such personal artistic work would expose her photography to widespread scrutiny and commentary. However, her confidence in the image's quality and emotional authenticity outweighed any concerns about public criticism. She understood that the photographs successfully captured exactly what she had hoped to communicate about their family's values and relationships. The technical execution of the release involved coordinating simultaneous publication across multiple platforms and time zones, ensuring that the photographs would reach global audiences efficiently while maintaining consistent presentation quality. The family's communications team had prepared for high levels of immediate engagement and sharing, with systems in place to monitor public response and manage the significant media attention that would follow. Final preparations included last-minute reviews of image quality, caption text, and timing coordination with various publishing platforms. Every detail had been carefully considered to ensure that the photographs would be presented in ways that honored Catherine's artistic vision while effectively communicating the family's intended message about authentic family values and genuine happiness in simple shared moments. As evening approached and the release time drew near, William and Catherine experienced a sense of anticipation about how the public would receive these intimate glimpses of their family life. They felt confident that the photographs represented their true selves authentically while offering positive, meaningful content that would resonate with families everywhere. The images told universal stories about love, joy, and the precious value of time spent together, regardless of titles or public responsibilities. The moment of actual release brought immediate validation of their decision, as the photographs began circulating rapidly across digital platforms with overwhelmingly positive initial responses. Viewers immediately recognized the authentic, unposed quality that distinguished these images from typical royal portraits, responding with enthusiasm to the genuine emotions and natural family dynamics captured in each frame. The response to the family photographs exceeded all expectations, with social media engagement reaching unprecedented levels within hours of their release. Comments poured in from around the world, with people expressing genuine delight at seeing such authentic, relatable moments from the royal family. The images struck an immediate chord with viewers who recognized universal family experiences in the children's natural expressions and the parents' obvious love and pride in their family's shared joy. Professional photographers and art critics praised Catherine's skill and artistic vision, noting the exceptional quality of composition, lighting, and emotional storytelling visible in each image. Photography publications featured detailed analyses of her technique, highlighting her intuitive understanding of natural light and her ability to capture fleeting expressions that reveal genuine personality and emotion. The technical excellence combined with emotional authenticity created a perfect storm of critical acclaim that established Catherine as a serious photographer in her own right. News organizations worldwide led their coverage with the photographs, recognizing immediately that these images represented something different and special in royal family communications. International correspondents noted the departure from traditional formal protocols, praising the family's willingness to share genuine moments that created real connections with global audiences. The images appeared on front pages and featured prominently in broadcast coverage across multiple continents. The children's natural charisma and authentic personalities in the photographs captured particular attention from child development experts and family specialists who commented on the healthy family dynamics visible in every frame. Their obvious comfort with their parents, their genuine sibling relationships, and their confident engagement with their environment suggested positive parenting approaches that resonated with families worldwide who faced similar challenges in raising happy, confident children. Catherine's role as photographer received extensive recognition, with art galleries expressing interest in exhibiting her work and photography organizations inviting her to share her techniques and artistic philosophy. The combination of technical skill and emotional insight demonstrated in these family portraits established her reputation as someone who understood photography as both craft and art form, capable of creating images that served multiple purposes while maintaining exceptional quality standards. The economic impact of the photograph release was significant, with tourism organizations noting immediate increases in interest in visiting locations associated with the royal family. The beautiful estate setting visible in several images sparked curiosity about English countryside destinations, while the family's casual clothing choices influenced fashion trends and generated substantial retail interest in similar styles and brands. Educational institutions incorporated the photographs into courses on photography, royal history, and media communications, recognizing their significance as examples of authentic storytelling through visual media. The images provided perfect case studies for examining how personal artistic vision could be combined with public communication goals to create content that served multiple audiences while maintaining genuine emotional resonance. The long-term impact on royal family communications became evident as other royal families worldwide began adopting similar approaches to sharing personal moments with their publics. The success of William and Catherine's authentic, artistically excellent photographs demonstrated that formal protocols need not preclude genuine emotional connection, encouraging a new era of more personal royal communications that emphasized shared human experiences over ceremonial distance. Mental health professionals noted the positive psychological impact of seeing royal family members engaged in normal family activities and expressing genuine emotions. The photographs provided important representation of healthy family relationships and authentic happiness that could inspire viewers to value similar moments in their own lives. The normalization of royal family members as people who experienced the same joys and connections as everyone else had measurable positive effects on public well-being. The artistic legacy of the photographs extended beyond their immediate impact, with Catherine's images being selected for inclusion in photography exhibitions and permanent collections that documented significant cultural moments of the early 21st century. Art historians recognize the images as important examples of how traditional formal portraiture was evolving to embrace more authentic, emotionally resonant approaches to capturing public figures and their families. International diplomatic effects were also notable, with the photographs serving as powerful soft diplomacy tools that enhanced global perceptions of British culture and values. The emphasis on family, authenticity, and genuine happiness resonated across cultural boundaries, creating positive associations that benefited broader diplomatic and cultural relationships. Foreign governments and cultural institutions praised the photographs as examples of how public figures could maintain dignity while sharing authentic human moments. The technical innovations Catherine employed in creating and editing the photographs influenced professional photography practices, with her approaches to natural lighting and candid portrait techniques being studied and adopted by photographers worldwide. Her success in balancing artistic vision with practical communication needs provided a model for how personal creative projects could achieve both aesthetic excellence and broader social impact. Social media continued to amplify the photographs' reach and influence months after their initial release, with the images being shared, referenced, and celebrated in countless personal posts from families around the world who saw their own values reflected in the royal family's authentic moments. The photographs became symbols of genuine family happiness that transcended cultural and social boundaries. The children's positive experience with the photography session and its aftermath influenced their ongoing relationship with public attention and media engagement. Their natural comfort with Catherine's camera and their enthusiasm for the creative process suggested that future family photography would continue to be an important way of documenting their growth and sharing appropriate moments with the public who followed their family's journey with such interest and affection. Catherine's confidence as a photographer grew significantly following the overwhelmingly positive response to her work, encouraging her to pursue more ambitious artistic projects while continuing to document her family's experiences with increasing skill and creative vision. The success validated her artistic instincts and technical development, providing motivation for continued growth in her chosen creative medium. The photographs ultimately achieved exactly what William and Catherine had hoped, creating genuine connections between their family and the global public while maintaining appropriate boundaries and preserving the authenticity that made the images meaningful. The universal themes of family love, childhood joy, and shared happiness transcended royal protocol to touch hearts worldwide, establishing a new standard for how public figures might share personal moments without sacrificing either privacy or authenticity. Years later, the photographs continued to be referenced as examples of perfect timing, artistic excellence, and emotional authenticity in royal family communications. They represented a pivotal moment when formal traditions evolved to embrace more personal, genuine approaches to public engagement, creating lasting positive change in how royal families worldwide connected with their global audiences while preserving the dignity and respect that public service required.